thousands of subreddits have gone dark, blocking users from viewing them or submitting posts. And it all stems from a decision Reddit made to start charging third-party apps for the ability to pull content from Reddit. The move has been almost universally criticized and caused Reddit CEO Steve Huffman to make a public attempt at winning users back, but that didn't really go over so well. So with an enraged user base and subreddits with millions of members going dark, let's look at what's going on, why Reddit refuses to back down, and what the real reason actually is behind these changes. So what's all the fuss about? Well, Reddit first launched a free API, which is a way for third-party apps to communicate with and display information from Reddit 7 years ago. But it wasn't until April that they announced they intended to start charging for its use. At the very end of May, Christian Selig, who's the creator of the popular third-party Reddit app Apollo, which sees an estimated 1.5 million users a month, had a call with a Reddit representative to discuss the new pricing. Selig learned to keep his app operational, he would have to pay $20 million a year to Reddit. Selig recorded and shared this call to, of all places, Reddit, and in the transcript we can see he jokingly asked why Reddit was choosing to change its API terms to put third-party apps out of business rather than just buying them out. He said that if Apollo was costing Reddit $20 million per year, Reddit should just cut him a check for $10 million to put an end to the app. The Reddit representative initially interpreted this as a threat, but quickly backed down saying it was a misunderstanding and apologized. However, Reddit CEO Steve Huffman didn't quite catch the misunderstanding part. In an internal meeting at Reddit, Huffman apparently claimed Apollo threatened us, said they're gonna make it easy if Reddit gave them $10 million. With all this information being posted online, it drew large amounts of attention. And when Selig a few days later announced his app would have to shut down completely, subreddit owners started to band together over the idea of going dark. Obviously, word of the backlash got back to Reddit, with CEO Steve Huffman announcing he would personally do an AMA, or Ask Me Anything, open to all on Reddit. Nothing to me sums up the AMA more than this question and its response. A user asked, "What were you thinking with your attempt to discredit Apollo by claiming that Christian threatened and blackmailed you? The confusion was sorted out during Christian's call with Reddit, yet you proceeded to claim that he blackmailed Reddit the following week. To me, and the rest of Reddit, it comes across as a blatant attempt to pit us against him." Huffman responded with, "His joke is the least of our issues. His behavior and communications with us have been all over the place, saying one thing to us while saying something completely different externally, recording and leaking a private phone call to the point where I don't know how we could do business with him." To which Christian Selig responded, "Please feel free to give examples where I'd said something differently in public versus what I said to you. I give you full permission." And that's where the thread ended. Hoffman's response to the initial question was pretty surprising. Unlike most companies which try and soften their blows behind corporate PR speak, Huffman answered rather plainly and frankly showed no sympathy towards Selig or users. So why is Reddit taking such an aggressive stance, and even making these changes in the first place? For one, the trend of charging for APIs has become increasingly more common in recent times, especially after Twitter started charging for their API access. But just because Elon did it doesn't give Reddit a good excuse to follow in their footsteps. In reality, it all has to do with a leak from back in 2021, disclosing that Reddit is planning on taking the company public in late 2023. Of course, since 2021, the tech landscape has changed dramatically, and Reddit's valuation has been dropping. Matter of fact, Reddit's valuation has dropped 41% since 2021. Reddit is essentially desperately trying to increase profit any way they can, even if that means frustrating users. See, Reddit is an ad-based business, and ads are not sent through the API to third-party apps, so a user browsing Reddit on Apollo won't see a single ad. It also seems Reddit is a bit bitter that users are paying for subscriptions to third-party Reddit apps that they're not making money from, with Steve Huffman being directly quoted in the AMA as saying, "Unlike some of the third-party apps, we are not profitable." Of course, as with anything tech-related in 2023, AI also plays a part in this. AI companies like Google's Bard and ChatGPT use Reddit to train their AI tools on language models and learn how humans speak, which means content from Reddit is being pulled in their tools for free and displayed to users without them ever using Reddit itself, where they can make money off of ads. So it all comes down to profit. But does it make sense to enrage your user base and essentially kill all third-party apps with millions of users in the process? Well, we'll have to wait and see. But in my opinion, it seems like a much better option would either be a profit share model where third-party apps pay a royalty to Reddit, or allowing Reddit ads to be showed in third-party apps with all profits going directly to Reddit. Third-party apps have often been proven to be a good thing. In the case of Twitter, third-party app developers literally invented retweets, hashtags, the bluebird logo, and even the word tweet. And in Reddit's case, many users hate the functionality of the official app, which is why they choose to use a third-party app that offers additional features and makes browsing and engaging with content more seamless. It seems Reddit won't be backing down anytime soon, with Steve Huffman's claim, "We'll continue to be profit-driven until profits arrive." But given Huffman's aggressive stance and many subreddits going dark, which could directly impact Reddit's bottom line for some time, I'm curious to see how this all plays out. So what are your guys' thoughts on all of this? Do you think Reddit is doing the right thing for their company, or do you think they could have handled it all better? Let me know, and I'll see you in the next one.